Is that a little bit inaccurate, given the lack of progress that so many people seem to have highlighted with Man?
Again, I blame a big part of it of their recruitment. Their recruitment is nowhere near good enough at that football club. Nowhere near good enough. And that is why they're struggling at the moment. But he got a good result last time out against Sunderland. Now the pressure's on because they go and play Liverpool, and everyone can say, oh, it's the perfect game because there's no pressure on them. There is pressure on them because Liverpool haven't been in good form, and it's still one of those games where you have to turn up and deliver.
The point on giving someone time, and you could argue that it's quite refreshing to see Sir Jim Ratcliffe come out and say, we want to give him time, because at the other end of the scale, we've been on this show in the last couple of weeks talking about Ange's under pressure after 7 games. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I guess the problem is, how many individual games have you watched of them where you thought, do you know what, I see where this is going? Because that's the thing, under someone like Klopp, who didn't win for more than 3 years a trophy, you still saw the progress.
100%, and it's a good question. You saw the progress and you saw where he was trying to take that football club. Listen, he's not a bad manager, because we know he's not a bad manager. Ruben Amorim is a good manager. He has to learn to adapt. And he is going to get scrutinised because he's at a club like Man United. If you didn't want to get scrutinised, don't come to the Premier League and don't come to a club like Man United. It's the best league in the world. And when you're at a big club like that, everyone's going to look at you. And some of his antics on the touchline have not been the best when you're a top manager and you're working for a club like Man United. But he has to deliver. He's been a bit unfortunate with certain games and stuff, and we all keep picking up, why don't he change his formation? Make no bones about it, he's not changing his formation. He's sticking to what he knows. But good managers know how to adapt. And at the moment, he hasn't adapted at Man United. I'm not saying don't start with that formation, Rob, but I'm saying sometimes when you end a game, you can change that formation if it's not going right to you. And you see the top managers doing that. And that's where he comes a bit short at the moment. But listen, I don't ever want to see a manager lose his job. I hope he becomes a success at Man United. But at the moment, it's a big call. He's got his chairman backing him. He'll be happy, so he has to deliver.
You touched on their next opponents, which is the champions Liverpool on Sunday. It was 2-2 at Anfield last season in this game. Who's it a bigger match for, Liverpool or Manchester United?
Oh, what a question. I think both. In particular, Liverpool as well, on the back of some really, I wouldn't say the performances haven't been the best, but it's more the results. Even at Chelsea, where you're thinking we ain't played brilliantly, but we've got that goal and then we concede right in the last minute. It's not been good enough from Liverpool at the moment. But I do think when everyone clicks, and Wirtz and Isak in particular, Liverpool will be a force to be reckoned with. I know everyone's saying Arsenal are the favourites, which, because Liverpool have had a few bad games, now Arsenal are the favourites. At the start of the season, when people were saying Mikel Arteta had the handbrake on, Liverpool were the favourites. So it just changes week in, week out. I still think Liverpool are a strong team, and I do believe it will be between them two. And I would throw Man City into the mix as well. But a huge game for Liverpool, massive game. They need to rebuild confidence back in that team and start winning again.
Yeah, it is one of the biggest games in world football. Who will come out on top? It is Liverpool against Manchester United.
The big question is, one of the big questions about Liverpool, there are several before this big game against Man United off the back of the international break, where Liverpool came in off the back of the Chelsea defeat away from home, played poorly, got outplayed, deserved what they got. Salah was poor. Stevie and I went over it a week or so ago. We went over the midfield, we went over the space that were allowed, we went over multiple things. But Florian Wirtz was on the bench. Yeah. What's the decision that Arne Slot is going to make to get this season rolling? And we're talking about getting this season going again. They're second in the league. I think the big picture is they haven't played well. And is he going to pick? Is he playing Stevie?
Yep.
Florian Wirtz? You don't know.
I don't think Wirtz will play.
You don't think he'll play?
I thought the question was going to be Ekitike or Isak.
Oh yeah, we're getting
there, but we're just focusing on Wirtz.
I don't think no.
But no. Don't you think coming in playing your biggest rival? Well, certainly not in terms of the league, but in terms of historically, your biggest rival. You're at home. What a great opportunity for him to get his Liverpool career up and running.
Well, that sounds lovely. It sounds great. That'd be a great story.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's been thinking. Arne Slot, I'm sure, along with the rest of us, have been thinking this was going to happen every week, and it's not happening.
Right.
But and so coming off 3 defeats, are you really going to go again? I don't think you will.
But at home, away from home, I kind of see that picture away from home.
It's a possibility.
At home,
if Konaté's fit, right?
He's playing number 2.
It's a possibility that Wirtz might play. If Konaté's not fit, then he's going to have to move Gravenberch back. and maybe play Endo. So you can't play Endo and you can't play Wirtz. So if Konaté's fit, it's a possibility Wirtz plays. But if Konaté's not fit, I don't see any way that you put Wirtz in the middle of the park. Just don't see it.
Frank, what about for you, not in the Florian Wirtz chat, but of course the other two names that Stevie had mentioned right there, in Alexander Isak and your boy Hugo Ekitike, what does Arne Slot do there?
Well, you know what? I want to believe Steve, because last time he made a bet where he said that that Isak won't play the first game, and he didn't. So I think he knows better than us. And if he said that Wirtz might not play, he has the contact, internal contact. So I want to trust him. But you know what? We want to see the best of all the best players, and it doesn't matter the price tag. It doesn't matter, you know, if you just sign or not. You know, Liverpool is concerned about every player, even the players who were there last season, and we're talking about Konaté, Van Dijk, and some others, Szoboszlai, McAllister. We don't recognize him. So yeah, we're focusing on some players, but the others haven't been good as well. So Liverpool is still second, and I mentioned that last time, that we say, well, yeah, they're not playing well, but it's still second. So he